Hello, for my Module 13 reflection, I am asked to share my thoughts after reviewing the copyright and fair use websites and what surprised me the most about breaking copyright laws and not meeting the fair use criteria. And one of the topics I came across through when looking through those websites is how any original content is copyright and already has a copyright protection. That is something I wasn't actually aware of. I really thought there was a process behind creating content and maybe filing some sort of paperwork to copyright it. So that was something very interesting that I did learn going through the Module 13 and going over those resources that were provided. And also one thing that I thought was really important to know is the liability that a school district has, regardless if it was the school district that made this mistake or if it was a teacher who made this mistake. I think it's important for the school district to be aware, and I think it's important for the school district to be careful and constantly remind the staff of how important it is to be compliant with these with the laws of copyright and fair use. And also, I think it's very crucial for the school district to constantly go over their website to make sure there is no violation of these laws, just for precaution, for protection, that there isn't an issue that comes up in the future. Another topic I am going to talk about is the examples that I have experienced where educators have broken copyright laws or fair use policy, if it's a big deal or not a big deal at all. I actually haven't noticed anything. I work in the elementary school. I am around teachers a lot throughout the day. I go in and out of their classrooms. And a lot of the teachers share content from YouTube videos or share content from websites that the school district pays for to show videos to the students, whether it may have been a science video or a math video. And I do know the school pays for content for individual classrooms, individual grade levels, and also school-wide. I also do know a lot of teachers use Teachers Pay Teachers, and although they are using someone else's content that they created, it is used with permission. And the teachers who upload on that website either put their information or their content out for sale or for free download. And I have noticed teachers here are honest. They actually each have their own profile, their own login for Teachers Pay Teachers, and they all individually download their own information. And also, I do think it's a big deal because you can potentially get into legal trouble, which can not only affect you, but it can affect the school district you work for. I also think it can be a big financial burden if something were to come up along those lines. So I think it is very important to be aware and to always be conscious of what you're doing and what information you are using and what you're showing your students in the classroom. Also, for the number 3, how did I score on the fair use quiz from the website, and also what questions surprised me the most? I actually answered pretty fair. There were some of those questions that really caught me off guard, things that I had never actually thought about. Like, for example, the very first question I had was, according to Blockbuster, if it was okay for the rental store to let a school borrow a movie so they can show it to their students for a reward. And I really didn't think there was something wrong with it, but apparently it is a violation. The school does, or the teacher does, have to purchase a video from an authorized vendor who can show this video and purchase, which is completely understandable because the company or the media creator of that specific movie does deserve the credit that they put in towards making that movie or that cartoon or animation. And I think that was the one that really caught me off guard. And after that, I was able to sort of understand what was being asked, and how to answer accordingly. And I was caught by surprise in a lot of those questions. And I think it is great to be familiar with this information just to avoid, once again, further further issues down the road. And I also think it's good that it's never too early to teach the students the responsibility of also obtaining media from online and sharing it adequately and following these guidelines to ensure that they don't run into any legal trouble in their future. This is my reflection for my Module 13, and I will see you guys next week.